Hey guys, I'm back. Sorry I took so long, it's just that I ended up going up to New Jersey to be with my girlfriend for a few weeks, and I couldn't really make any videos while up there. So I'll get right down to it. I remember in my last video I said I would post a little review of the new Amazing Spider-Man game. So I guess I may as well do that now. Well, alright, sorry that I haven't played the game for a while, so I may miss a couple things, but well, I'm just not the kind of guy to take notes. I just try to do things from memory. Oh, and if you're wondering where this is pretty much not in my backyard, but just close to my neighborhood. I just thought it would be a good idea to do this. Well, anyway, about the Amazing Spider-Man game. Well, I personally liked it. I thought it was a great addition to the Spider-Man games from the past. And funny how Spider-Man's the only superhero that can have... Okay, scratch that. Not just superhero, but the only movie that could actually have good movie tie-in games. Because I've played a lot of the others. I've played Iron Man, I've played The Incredible Hulk. I remember I played the Fifth Element game when I was a little younger. And alright, The Incredible Hulk was kind of decent, but the others not so good. Really the best game I've played before The Amazing Spider-Man that was a movie tie-in was probably Captain America. But anyway, on to the game. I like the new feel of it. I like the new look. And if you can't hear me, sorry, it's just because I'm not using a very good camera right now, but I'm just going to work with what I have. Okay, back on. Okay, the new feel of it, the new look, I kind of like how they're going with it, and like I said in my last video about the cross-species thing, it's pretty much the same, well, pretty much the same thing, except in the game, well, alright, in the movie, the way the lizard was made is, okay, I'll just try to put it as simple as I can. You put a little lizard inside a human, and, well, he becomes the lizard. But in the game, it's more like they put a little human inside the animals, and they become Rhino, Scorpion, that new fish boss, I forgot what it was called, Vermin, and well, it just goes like that. And I was kind of confused at first, but I caught on pretty quickly. And honestly, they don't seem that different. And when it comes to the bosses, I would say the one I had the most fun fighting was probably Scorpion. I don't know why, I guess it's just because it's a good old-fashioned fight where you just kind of rush at them and dodge their attacks. But with Rhino instead, it's more like you have to trick him into ramming into something for the fish. You kind of have to wait until he pops out of the water. Vermin, kind of the same as Scorpion, but a little different. And the same thing with the lizard at the end. So I guess you could say I just prefer fighting Scorpion. And okay, I like what they did with the web rush. It's definitely a better improvement over the web zipping from past games, if you ask me. Though I'm sure it could have been way better. Okay, I'm trying to remember more things. Alright, I remember hearing that a lot of people were complaining that, well, complaining there's too many robots to fight. Well, I guess those people have never heard of Spider Slayers. Oops. Alright. Spider Slayers were robots created by Alistair Smythe to pretty much hunt Spider-Man. And yes, Alistair Smythe is in this game if none of you knew that already. And yes, he loses his legs in case you were wondering. Well, yeah, so the robots aren't really that big of a problem. I actually like fighting, well, most of them. There are a couple that get on my nerves though. There's these little detective stories, well, detective side missions where you go to various locations and you try to find clues like giant footprints, you try to find things missing, claw marks, things like that. And I'd have to say my favorite one of those is when you try to track the vulture. Sure, you don't see the vulture as far as I know, but it was still kind of fun knowing that. Oh man, I almost forgot the black cat. I guess the best way to describe her is, think of Anne Hathaway's Catwoman, but with a lot of henchmen. And before any of you ask, yes, I know who the Black Cat is in the comics, and I do prefer her over Catwoman, but the way they made her in the game made her feel more like Catwoman in a way. Trying to think of what else. Oh yeah, I also pre-ordered the game on Amazon, so that means I was able to play as Stan Lee in some of the DLC, which is very, very fun. And that's pretty much the main reason I pre-ordered the game. If Stan Lee wasn't a pre-order bonus, then I probably would have waited for the price to go down. Trying to think of what else. There's one little kind of birthday thing for Spider-Man, because, well, you know, it's his, I think, 60th birthday. I can't exactly remember because I haven't played the game for a while. But it's pretty much the Spider-Man from the game swinging through New York City, landing on top of a cake with all with like Scorpion, the lizard, Vermin, the fish, and some other enemies just kind of dancing around on the ground. Which I thought was pretty funny, and I thought it was a good way to show that Spider-Man had his birthday. And like I said in the last video too, the game takes place directly after the movie, so you don't have to worry about things getting a little confusing, I guess, kind of like the way it was with Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3 when those games came out. Though I personally love those games, but Spider-Man 2 has always been my favorite. Sorry, I just don't know what to do, so I'm just gonna kind of walk through here. Hopefully I don't run into any rattlesnakes. So yeah, if I had to rate this game, I would probably give it a 4 out of 5. It does have a few problems with it, but it doesn't make the game any less enjoyable. And as for those that keep saying the game's too repetitive, well, all games are repetitive in a way, so don't complain about that. Well, I'll try and make another video as soon as possible. Maybe another like this, but in a better location with a better camera. So until then, see you guys later.